Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Gabrielle Ray and I produce cases of missing persons, the unidentified, and unsolved homicides. Today I will be presenting the unsolved homicide of Leah Rowlands, who was deceased on March 10th, 1997 in Cozad, Nebraska. She was 41 years old, but other sources say that she was 31, but I'm going to go with 41 years old in this video. And she was a mother of 2 sons. She was born in Pennsylvania, but spent most of her life in Arkansas. Her son stayed in Arkansas to be with her ex-husband, but she missed her sons terribly, but she loved Cozad. She moved to Cozad to be closer to her boyfriend, Bob Harr, and he was the most special thing in her life, said Twyla Lee, her coworker. Twyla also said that she was a good person, happy and friendly. She worked at the Cozad of Moco in Dawson County, Nebraska, and she was recently promoted to manager. Her coworkers also state that she fully complied with the store protocols. Her brother, Ray Rowlands, says that she was a good-hearted person, generous, and got along with people and had an outgoing personality. On March 10th, 1997, it was a bright and sunny day, and gas was only $1.35. A man pulled up to the Amoco station and filled his tank up with $17.20 of 87-octane gas. And on surveillance video, he was captured around 10:30 a.m., pulling up to a gas pump, filling up, and went inside to the gas station. The perpetrator was caught on surveillance camera, but the surveillance video was too pixelated to get a clear enough image of him. A mother and her child were in the store, but he waited till they left to do what he had to do. In the video, he walked up to the counter and demanded all of the cash in the register. He instructed Leah to lie on the ground and ended up shooting her 3 times. 2 pierced her arm, and the 3rd killed her instantly, entering the left side of her skull. This crime happened approximately at 10:23 a.m. This awful crime happened in broad daylight. The suspect pulled his red Pontiac Grand Am into the Amoco station on Highway 80. The car was possibly a 1993 model Grand Am with 2 doors. And when he committed this crime, he pulled out a 9mm semi-automatic pistol on her. Police ended up getting fingerprints from the scene, and he was barefoot, so the footprints were attained because he had no shoes on. He walked out of the store with a soda, a pack of cigarettes, a lighter, $150, and a full tank of gas. He did speak to her before drawing his gun on her, and it's impossible to know which way he drove, but he did have shiny chrome wheels. And this happened 1 day after being promoted to manager. The suspect's face was clearly visible, and he wasn't wearing gloves, which is extremely brazen of him. And he was wearing dark sweatpants and black or a dark gray hoodie, with bomber-style leather jacket, which is brown colored. The tape, unfortunately, had no audio. He walked up, grabbed a pop, opened it, looked into the store camera, and took a drink. He was very brazen and confident in what he was doing, said Sergeant Tim Kosternak. This was extremely cold-blooded, said Kosternak. And the FBI profilers say that it was a crime of opportunity. But her brother's theory is that her ex-husband was behind it because he was a quote-unquote very dishonest person. Leah and Barry Rocap Sr., her ex-husband, used to own a restaurant in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands, and Rocap died in early 2015. She wrote a 16-page written letter to her sons less than a year before her death detailing why she left her husband and how abusive he was to her, said Roy. And the guy who killed my sister came into the gas station with clam diggers on, which were pants that were rolled up to his knees, which tells me that he was more than likely from St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. And my brother-in-law paid him to come up and shoot my sister. And Nebraska is not warm enough for clam diggers, said Roy. Kosternak says that the theory may be true. Knowing her past and digging deeper into her past and what she did, I could see how he could be so frustrated if she took some money from him and left him like she did, that she didn't have somebody come up and have her executed, said Kosternak. 6 local and federal law enforcement agencies have worked on this case. This case was featured on America's Most Wanted 2 times, one time in 1997 and again in 2002 after video enhancement of the surveillance camera. He appeared to be experienced and potentially not his first nor probably his last time that he's committed a crime of this nature, said Kosternak. Hundreds of leads poured in after it was aired, and a gentleman contacted police within a matter of minutes upon release of the surveillance video of him having a conversation with her. He was cleared as a suspect. Police are considering if it was possibly a transient. Cozad is located along U.S. Route 30 and Interstate 80, which would allow easy access to leaving the area and coming and going. It seems like it is so close to be solvable, but yet so far away, said Kosternak. Frank said it should have been a homicide investigator's dream to solve. There are lots of leads that have come in, but not the right one yet. And I believe somebody out there recognizes him, but is afraid to turn him in, said Sergeant Paul Schwartz. Her boyfriend, Bob Haar, now works as a Cozad police officer, but he declined to comment on the case. I don't know how anyone could hurt her, said Twyla. I hope that someone sees this card, the Nebraska cold case cards that she is featured in, and provides us with information that could aid and solve the case, said Colonel Brian Toome. With time, technology, and science improving, investigators hope that this case will close. We are never going to give up on Leah, and it's our duty and obligation to follow every lead. I hope he is somewhere close because I hope to live to see the day to look him in the eye and tell him he's been caught, along with several law enforcement that has opportunity to work on this case, said Kosternak. She is the queen of spades in the Nebraska playing cards. Roy is offering a $5,000 reward for anybody who has any information on this case that can lead to an arrest or conviction. And that is all the information that I could find on the death of Leah Rowlands. And this case haunts me because it seems that it's so close to being solved, and it's so open to being solved because of the fact that he is caught on surveillance camera and he was so confident about it. He didn't wear gloves. He was barefoot. He showed his face in the camera and looked it right in the eye and took a sip of a pop. It just disgusts me how absolutely brazen this criminal was, and that he could commit such a horrible, horrible crime and get away with it for so many years. I was born in 1997, so as long as I've been alive, this case has been unsolved, and for the family, that must hurt. And that's why we gotta keep this case in the public eye, because no matter how long time passes, it's been 24 years. 24 years. And not a single person has come forward with any information. And I believe that somebody knows something, because this guy's face is right on camera. Directly on camera. Somebody has to know who he is. And I believe that somebody's just afraid to say something because of how absolutely insane he is. Just to the fact that he walked in and shot her 3 times and just didn't care. Somebody has to be nervous to turn him in, and that's what I'm trying to tell them, is that you can remain anonymous calling this tip in. And your tip, your information, no matter how big or small it is, could crack the case wide open and solve this case for the family, for law enforcement, for the community. If you or anybody you know have any information on this case, please call the Cozad Police Department at 308-784-2366, the Nebraska State Patrol at 308-535-8047, the Dawson County Sheriff's Office at 308-324-3011, or the Dawson County Crime Stoppers, where you can remain anonymous, at 308-784-1234. Please, somebody somewhere knows something, and I'm begging you, come forward. It's about that time where this family deserves peace and Leah deserves justice. It's not fair that her family can go so long without knowing what's happened to her. She was a person. She was loved. She was cared for. She was just promoted to manager. You know, she was doing something with herself. And this guy just comes in and takes her life away like it was nothing. It's absolutely heartbreaking, and it's about that time where somebody needs to come forward with information. And I really hope that day comes soon. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful night.